Let's talk Ismagulov versus Dawson. With Damir Ismagulov, I'd love to sit here and tell you we're going to see a new reinvented Damir, but with this style he's fought with so far, I don't think it's a horrible matchup for him going against Dawson. Damir is an assassin when he's fighting patient behind his jab and using his wrestling more so defensively, and going up against a guy like Grant Dawson who doesn't necessarily stack up attribute for attribute, that style could have him in for a long night. In this fight, I think Damir is going to try to come out strong, trying to gain some respect early and quiet the early storm from Grant. While it's on the feet, I think Damir is going to keep Grant on the outside of his jab, looking to build off that with combinations, we're looking to keep Dawson in a box and make him strike and panic shoot off the back foot. Behind the jab, I think his shots up the middle and his body investments will also pay dividends, helping him wear on the gas tank and making Dawson second guess the takedowns. With Grant Dawson in this fight, if you're strictly going off the eye test, it may not look like the best matchup for him, but when you dig a little deeper, this is a winnable fight for him. It would be his biggest win to date. On the feet, Grant needs to go out there and fight his grimy and relentless style, looking to work on the front foot, pushing Damir back with the hands and kicks. In the striking, if Damir can't be on the front foot leading the engagements, he looks to rely on the high guard and evading, and against a guy like Dawson, he can pressure him back with the hands and either finish with kicks or shoot for the hips with Damir having his hands high. Because Damir does his best work behind his long jab, in MMA, if you can't beat the opposing jab with your own jab, the next best option is the low kick. So I think Dawson's going to look to hop on the low leg investments early to not only beat the jab, but also put a damper in Damir's wrestling and movement. But if you've seen one of Grant Dawson's fight, you've practically seen them all when it comes down to knowing what to expect, and that's the wrestling. The thing is about Damir though, if you shoot blindly, it will get stuff 10 times out of 10, so Dawson needs to make certain to put something in front first, and then initiate the wrestling, but being first is what's most important. Overall, there's routes for both guys to get the nod, but if we're talking momentum, I think that's with Dawson, so that's what I'm going to be taking. Let me know who you guys are taking in the comments below.